Listen, I want to thank everybody for coming today. This is a really fun topic because I get asked a lot. A lot of our clients are MLM folks. So we've worked with a number of folks that do network marketing or MLM, World Financial Group, et cetera. There's so many out there. And people always ask me, Ivan, can you actually make money? And they ask it as kind of a joke. Can you actually make money in MLMs? Like, really? So, full disclosure, I am not currently involved in any MLM. I'm not. I have my own system that I'm doing here, which is not an MLM. I run a business, but I run a marketing agency. And so because people ask me these things, because some of the challenges that regular business people face are faced by, people that are in MLMs, even though they don't have the infrastructure and all the other things to look after, they still have some of the same basic challenges. So one thing I wanted to answer, and instead of me researching it and answering questions, et cetera, I thought I'd create a forum so that people can ask questions of folks that are very approachable, that are involved in multi-level marketing or network marketing, that can answer any of the questions that you have, and to kind of explain how the models work. So today we have Terri Matton from Acn, which is the Acn stands for
All Communications Network.
There we go, All Communications Network. And we also have Sheila and Janine Gagnon from shop.com. And I'll just give you a little bit of background on my exposure to it. Of course, years ago, back in the good old days of Lose Weight Now, Ask Me How. What was that? Remember? It was the Herbalife. I remember those little buttons that you used to have. Lose Weight Now, Ask Me How. It was very cool. And so I did get involved in it, but because I was so busy and sketchy, I was completely ADHD back then. I never actually did anything. I must have been very frustrating for everybody else, but I did like going to the meetings, right? Those were fun. They all got together in a room and they rah. It was nice, right? I love the social aspect of it, but I never actually did anything. But the point is that from there till now, I realized that if you find the right opportunity, it is a very powerful system that, especially now, is kind of recession proof, because it doesn't actually rely on the same things as regular businesses when it comes to recessions or pandemics, et cetera. You see people that they're still involved, they're still doing things out there. So with that said, I'd like to actually ask a couple questions first before we start. And that is for Terri, if we can just get how did you? I mean, you seem like a pretty smart person, right? Pretty intelligent, and you can evaluate things. What made you evaluate MLMs as a viable thing for you to do? What was it?
Oh, well, that's an interesting question. When I got invited out to take a look at the business that I am involved in, I wasn't really looking for anything else to do, to be honest. I was working 6 nights a week in a factory, husband, couple small kids. I only went out to be honest, to support my dad and my sister because they were very excited about a business that they had found. And I was not looking. But when I heard it, I really liked the concept. They talked about having a business on the side, not interfering with what you're full-time doing. They talked about having all the tax advantages that a traditional business owner has, but without any of the headaches. They talked about a system in place that didn't matter whether you're a factory worker, a university professor, a millionaire, you could still have the same amount of success if you followed the simple system and they had a system in place already, so you weren't inventing it. All of the things that just sounded way too good to pass up. And I thought, what if it's as good as it sounds? You have this person saying, don't do it. You have this person saying, sounds amazing. You got your little voices. And I listened to the voice that said, what if it works? What have you got to lose? So I really just took a leap of faith and thought, it just sounds like it would work. It makes sense, common sense. That's not very common, but it did. It made sense. So that's why I just decided to just jump in. And what was there to lose, really?
Okay.
Nothing to lose.
Okay, so for the folks that don't know what ACN is, just in a real nutshell, you'll get a chance to jump into it a little bit more. Just give us the Cole's notes on ACN.
Okay, so ACN, All Communications Network, we are a network marketing company that's 27 years old in 27 countries, and we focus on essential services. So we're partnered with the biggest companies in our countries in telecom, energy, identity theft, home security, and energy. So I'm not sure if you did that. So it's essential services. So we're marketing essential services that people pay every day. And we just simply
all right. Sorry, I thought it was you.
You're not me. You direct people to your online store, assist them in signing up, and then our partner companies take care of all the billing, tracking, and it creates a residual income because people pay their bills for these services every single month. So in essence, and then there's a system in place to teach people how to acquire customers. So we do two things. We acquire customers. That doesn't cost anything, just be a customer. And then we help people start their own online business part-time.
Okay. So Sheila and Janine, you both are with shop.com. What were your major concerns? I mean, you must have heard about network marketing before you got involved. What were your concerns before you got involved in network marketing? And then what made you comfortable enough to take that leap of faith?
I'm going to just jump ahead. And I know that Janine never actually did any of the network marketing stuff because she was raised very, very traditionally, stay away from that kind of thing. And so she never really, that was her vision, was just stay away. So, and she told me this, and I'm going, oh, okay. So I don't know what I'm telling you about this for, but for me, it was very different because, it's not like I hadn't been exposed. And I'm also, many years older. So I probably had been exposed just because of the many years I've been out there. But for me, it was more like which one made most sense to me and which one worked for me. And for the most part, when it came to network marketing, I thought I have to get people. I just can't get people. That was just not me thing. You can, for those of you who have known me for, a little bit longer than 6 months, you would probably know, if I have to get people, nah, it's not going to work. Right. But when you have the right system, it's not about getting people, right? It's really about how you can help with the best way that you can. And, like Terri, it's a whole line of different services that she can provide, right? And for us also, we don't have those kinds of services and the payment plan is different. We just have solutions that are available to so many people.
Okay. So sorry, go ahead, Janine.
As Sheila said, I was raised, the 45-year plan and those other things, you stay away from those other things. It was because of Sheila that I came to listen, because I had known her professionally and had, a great professional respect for her. And when I was shown the concept, it made too much sense. It's like, this is a no-brainer. It's like, I didn't see any risk to it. And there were no devil and angel on the shoulder back and forth. It was just a no-brainer. This is just makes too much sense. There is no risk here, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to try this because it's based on your shopping, based on your spending, and that's something I know I do regularly, whether I want to or not. I have a family to take care of. I have myself. Money gets spent, and for our concept, it's just based on that. And if there's a way of getting paid on something I have to do anyways, it was simply a no-brainer. But it was the plan. It was taking the opportunity to listen, and it was because it was Sheila asking me to listen. Because I was very closed down. I mean, even when my family first heard, they went nuts. Don't get them any money. Don't get them any money, and whole sort of freak out. And I just stood my ground. It's like, you didn't hear about it. I did. It made sense to me, and I'm going with it. I'm basing it on what I know and not what you're telling me.
So let me ask you, just the three of you, let me know, how many of you are actually doing this as a part-time thing right now? It's part-time for you too. Okay. Great.
What do you mean by part-time? I don't have a full-time job. I still do it part-time, but I don't have a full-time job.
Understood. So how many people have a full-time job doing this? Oh, fascinating. Wow. Très bien. Okay, that's good. All right. So now for the folks that are joining us, how many of you are in a multi-level marketing or a network marketing system now? Anybody else? If you're not on video and you can't raise your hand, just give me a shout out and let me know if you're doing it or not.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. So I'm just going to have Terri just start off by doing her presentation, and then we'll have shop.com do theirs. I'd love for you folks to feel comfortable to ask questions, because if you're thinking about either making a switch of which network you're on, or just getting into it, I want you to feel comfortable asking questions.
Okay, well, thank you. Welcome, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm excited I get to go first. This is fun. So I'm just going to share my business. It's something I've been doing for 20 plus years. So it's something I planted my flag. I got started when the company was first coming to Canada. And like I said, the reason I got started is it sounded too good to pass up. And I really got started because once I got moving, I love the co-founders. One of the most important questions people should ask is who's running the company? Because if you are going to put your whole life, your whole family, your whole heart into a business, most you'll have to know up front, there's wonderful companies like shop.com and Acn, and then there's some not so wonderful companies, just like any industry. So you really want to do your homework. And when I met the co-founders of Acn, I just knew these are the guys I would follow to the end of the earth. And they have never let me down over the 20 plus years. They're incredible. They're still in the field, in the trenches, and they've become really good friends of mine. And that's a question that I always want people to, when they're looking or evaluating, you should really look who is running the company. So I'm going to run through my quick little presentation here. So let me know, can you guys see my slides?
Beautiful.
Okay, awesome. So Acn, we are a very established company. We are a customer acquisition company that started in the US in 1993. We're doing business in 27 countries on 5 continents. We did $4 billion in sales over the last 5 years. We have acquired millions of customers, which was what makes us the world's largest direct seller of telecom, energy, and other essential services. What you see here is our office in our world headquarters in North Carolina. We have a Canadian operations in Montreal, and we have satellite opportunities around the world, or offices around the world. We have maintained an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, which is really important when you're talking about being in business. Just when you compare, for example, our internet, our internet company, Bell and some of them have an F rating. So it's good to have. Not to mention that one special.
We're recording. Be gentle.
Okay, I'll be gentle. We love our A+ rating. Okay, so what does we do? We market essential services for both residential and business customers. So these are the services. I'm going to stick to Canada since I believe we're all Canadian. We have cell phones. We market a wireless service. We're partnered with TELUS. We have energy, both gas and electricity, in 2 provinces, Ontario and Alberta. We have high-speed internet across the whole country. Home phone, we can bundle that. We have security and automation with 2 security companies. And then we have payment processing, which is debit and credit card machines. And then our latest service is identity theft and computer protection. Very necessary. It's called ID Seal Titan. We actually created it. There's no competition. 15 features under one umbrella. And again, we partner with the biggest companies and we put them on all one website. So it's like the Amazon type experience, and you just help people, direct them to an online store, assist them in signing up for a service, and our partner companies take care of the rest. We have something called Get 5, Get Free. So if you're our internet customer and you refer 5 customers, your internet is free for life. So I've had free internet for 10 years. Saved me a lot of money. I love it. We have this, our latest home security company called Fluid. It's 10 years old. It's Canadian owned. Now our business model will ask me, how are you able to give better value when you're supplying the monopoly? Well, Most providers, they do media and internet marketing. What ACN does instead is they offer people like you and I a chance to have our own online global business. We go direct to customers through word of mouth, people we know, referrals, people we meet people every day, and people we do business with. They're happy because they're getting better value. They're getting it from someone they know, love, and trust. And we make money and ACN makes money. Now, when you're looking at our business, there's two sides. One side is just becoming a customer. That costs nothing. You're just going to save money, become a customer. But we're showing you today the side where you could actually make money, get on that side of the business. So for a one-time fee of $199 and just $25 a month is all it costs to support your entire business. So what do you get? You get your own personalized website, and it's hosted and updated daily with the latest, greatest products and services. You get complete tracking and reporting, all the marketing tools, complete customer support. So again, we just direct people to our online store, we assist them in signing up, and our partner companies take care of the rest. So it's a very, very simple, seamless system. Now, how we make money is my favorite part because we get paid 4 ways. The first way is as we're acquiring customers, and by the way, you can even be your own first customer, and we actually recommend it. And every house can be multiple services. So for 3 services, it's a $75 bonus. 5 services is a $200 bonus. And for every 3 services after that is a $200 bonus. So 8 services, $400, 11 services, $600. Again, there's no limit to how many customers you can acquire. And this is your first 30 days in business and every calendar month following. But the second way we make money is the most important way and why most people get started. It's called residual income, getting paid month after month, year after year for doing something once. So when we pay our cell phone bill every month, for example, someone's getting paid, why not you? So we earn anywhere from 3 to 20% every month on the commissionable revenue of all of your customers. Now, obviously, the more customers you acquire, the higher your residual income is. And it's unlimited. You can get as many customers as you like. Now, the third and fourth way to get paid is optional, but I think it's a great idea. I didn't see why anyone would want to build a team. So we love this business so much, we share it with others, and they decide if they want to A, just be a customer, or B, maybe they want to build a business for extra income to achieve their goals. So if you build a team, you make 4% on the commissionable revenue of your team's customers and actually pay us to build our team. So if you introduced me to the business and I said, you know what, this makes a lot of sense, I get started. When I get my first few customers, there's bonuses ranging from $50 to $300 every time you personally introduce someone to the business. So what's the next steps? When someone likes our business, it's very simple. We say to them, say this is you. And between everything we market, so electricity, gas, think about your own house, internet, identity theft, home security, wireless, and more, do you think you could get 5 services? Between you and everyone you know in our help? Well, the answer is obviously yes. That would be a $200 bonus. So that would be $1 back in your pocket. Now, with everyone you know, and this, especially right now with this economy, how many people do you think you know who might be looking to get some extra income? So do you think you can invite them to a Zoom like this? We present for you, and let's say 2 people decide it's a great idea. They both get started. Well, that's another $100 bonus for you. And if you do this in your first 30 days, anyone that signs up in the month of September, there's an extra $425 bonus. So it's $725. And then from then on, every single month, you decide how many customers you want to acquire because those bonuses are unlimited, endless, and you can create a very nice upfront money. But again, the most important part is back end. So imagine your very first job. Imagine your first job if they stopped paying you, or if you quit, but they're still paying you today. How would that feel? That's what residual income's like. I was 13 years old. I worked at a little grocery store in Bell River. Imagine if you were still getting paid today, 5 decades later. Residual income's amazing. It really creates freedom. And of course, again, we're never giving up our cell phone. There could be a recession coming up soon. You're going to pay your hydro bill. You're going to pay your gas bill. You're going to have your internet. You're going to have your cell phone. So, but that being said, whenever we present the business, there's basically 3 responses that we get. The first person says, this sounds great. How do I get started? We'll schedule a time for a lunch. The second person says, well, it sounds great. You talk fast. I have some questions. Well, training answers all the questions. So that's why we have a comprehensive training system where we teach you exactly what you need to know to become successful. And the third person says, as great as it sounds, the timing just isn't right now. I'm not looking to add anything to my plate. Well, it's never a bad time to help a friend be a customer. And also we feed a child through the Food Banks of Canada with every customer we acquire. We've actually fed 3 million customers in North America the last few years. So you can become a customer and feed a child. So thank you for your time, and pass back to you, Mr.
Okay,
Ivan.
so thank you very much. That was really good, Terri. I do have a question though. One of the things, I'm just a normal guy, right? That has questions that says, if I switch my cell phone, like, is it one of those cell phone services where my calls are going to drop, that I can't text people because it doesn't work after midnight or something?
That's a good question. No, our service, we sell TELUS. So have you heard of TELUS? The largest company in Canada with the largest network across Canada? That's who we sell. Okay. So you'd be on TELUS, but through yourself or through myself. Same company.
All right.
Same bill. You'd even pay TELUS.
Okay.
You would just be feeding a child and helping.
Fantastic. Okay. Thank you very, very much. And anyone else who has a question for Terri, if we can hold it until afterwards, of course, I get to ask now because,
because you're the boss.
So, okay. Sheila and Janine, go ahead.
I had to learn to unmute. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we're here to talk about Shop.com. Shop.com is really a marketing agency that they've been in service and helping people all over the world for 30 years now, which is, a great track record. It's not something that's going to be a fly-by-night thing or just disappear overnight. Just like Terri said, it's really great to have something to really fall back on because they're there rock steady. A lot like Acn, it is one of those companies that has been built to last. They are also A+ rated on the Better Business Bureau. With us, it's been really great to be able to be in line with a company that has that A+ rating, isn't it, Terri? It's so great to be able to align ourselves with something that has a great history with the people behind it. And we are all about the people that make it a household name, right? For us, the Shop.com being around for 30 years, honestly, it's all in the name, shop, right? Who doesn't spend money, really, honestly? So, because, we all have these normal pesky, things that we spend on weekly, daily, monthly, yearly, right? Market America really created the system really just to make sure that the regular average person and family can actually generate an income from the way that they spend. Right. And of course, what do we spend on? That list is probably endless. Do you brush your teeth? Do you drink coffee? Do you go wash your car or fix the car? Do you wash your clothes, wash the dishes? Any of these things, put food on the table, right? All these things are expenses that we just sort of have to do, correct? Otherwise, the house is not going to look great or smell great. But because we have these, regular expenses, Market America Shop.com really made us, really, really forefront because honestly, in the last several years, everything has really been shifting online, right? So they're transitioning and helping all of us get there by making sure that we have a way to be able to actually capitalize on what's coming up because of the internet. And we all know that the internet is bigger and better. It's adaptive, which is sort of scary because when you make a search for something and you're going to buy something, when was the last time that you noticed that same search will come back and haunt you for the next several weeks until you buy something, right? They know exactly how it is. They know how to target you and get you to what you want, right? So for us, honestly, it's all about how to bring that to you back into expenses, right? So when we spend that money, when was the last time that you purchased something or that somebody who does online shopping, but you actually can generate an income from the things that you buy, right? Much like, having a special awards card, we're generating much more than that because what makes this very special is because we can digitally link ourselves to other households in the guise of a mall, and that is generating our income. Because it's not just because we own a mall or that Janine owns a mall. It's not based on our own spendings. It's because we are digitally connecting each other. And when we have that unlimited, reaching out and joining our households together, that's what makes that residual income, that income that comes back all the time. Because it's not based on just what I spend, or Janine's not based on just what she spends. it's based on, because we're digitally connected, it's based on what we both spend. Or if you can think about it, it's endless because you can connect as many people as you wish around the world. We operate in 8 different countries where people can be a mall owner, but we also can have customers in our mall up to almost 200 countries around the world, making it a really great digital mall idea. And with this idea, we're also being able to expand the way that we think and the way that they bring things to us. We're not just bringing us the little, the normal everyday things that we buy, but what we're looking at is really getting to the point of what Amazon is like, because everybody knows that name. Amazon, everybody clicks and orders from Amazon. Or I know that you know somebody who does if it's not you, right? But what about we can turn it around and say, when that click and order is your turn, that you're actually generating money from it instead of Amazon. Because let's face it, Jeff Bezos really doesn't need more money, right? So I'd say that at this point, if you haven't started, thinking about shopping online, it's just probably a great time to learn how to shop online, just to see if it's something that could work for you. And, because we wanted to just be able to show you what that mall looks like. Just let me share what that is like for you, okay? There we go. So shop.com, like I said, is the online name powered by Market America, been around for 30 years. And honestly, this was a huge visionary thing for them. They had thought about this 30 years before anybody even had home computers, but they knew that everybody would already be shopping online. What we're given is 3 major parts of this online mall. The stores that you probably already know about, things that you're already very familiar with, like Hudson's Bay, Canadian Tire, things that we buy all the time, Best Buy, Staples. Who doesn't have, a little bit of paper supplies that they have to do anyway? And who's not familiar with things like Michael Kors, Adidas, Bed Bath & Beyond, right? We also have the online stores that we're probably very familiar with pre-COVID, like the travel sites like Travelocity, Priceline, all the hotels.com and all the rental cars, Alamo Rent-A-Car, Adidas and American Eagle, things like that. So many different stores that we're already familiar with. And also a lot of the online stores like Groupon and Wagjag that have become very, very big because, let's face it, the internet is just humongous, right? So how about, the things that we can't do online right off the bat, right? But there are the things that are happening within our local community, the small merchants that we want to also take a look at, because in this day and age, those are the ones that are actually probably suffered a bigger hit in the last 18 months because of the lockdown. But what if we could drive more traffic to them, right? What if we are through the system, this system, the local merchants are the pin drops that you will see on this map as soon as my internet decides to work. Sorry, guys. So it's like a Google map with these pin drops outlining the local merchants that are in my area, because it's playing off of the wire, the location services in my area for me, right? So these pin drops are actually showing the small local merchants that are in my area that are participating in this program, much like the big stores that are already listed alongside of what you already told you, like Hudson's Bay and Canadian Tire and Best Buy. Janine, do you want to take over at this point?
Yeah, yeah. Like, as good as the internet is, there are always things we can't do online. We can't get our hair cut online. We can't, go get our car fixed. So we have all these expenditures that we have to do. And Market America wants us to be able to capture those spendings too, because this is how we make money on our spending. So we try to capture as much of that spending. So we can, within our Shop Local program, add, small retail or service industry merchants, like restaurants, like hair salons, nail salons, dentists, chiropractors, massage therapists, small retail. All these small merchants get to be on this platform for free. So it helps, with advertisement, it's their visibility and drives business towards them, especially now when they're looking to gain as much business as they can. And just like the big stores, as I said, they advertise on this mall for free. The marketing fee comes after a transaction has been made. And then, you know, they'll pay shop.com their marketing fee, and that marketing fee comes back to the customer as cashback for customers or commissionable earnings for mall owners. And the merchants like this idea that it's that marketing fee they pay goes back to the customers who have made those transactions with them. And so, yeah, if anyone knows any businesses that would like to get more advertisement, more visibility, please let us know. We'd be happy to add them, because that's what's great. We don't have to rely on corporate to find these malls. We as mall owners can go to our favorite hair salon, our dentist office, our optometrist, our favorite small local grocer, our favorite restaurants, and ask them to be on this mall. And so the shopping and the places that we go already and spend our money already can be added. They like the advertisement. They like, you know, the fact they're only paying for the advertisement when it works. So it's a win-win for everybody. And the next part of our mall we'll go to is our most lucrative part of the mall. And I'll let Sheila take over there.
So Market America really doesn't want to just pay us because we spend money. Of course, that is a great place to start. What they want to do is actually pay us the most amount possible. So they gave us the biggest money-making industry items that gave us, so basically we're given stores within our products, right? These are products and brand names that you probably never heard of because they're not available on the outside market. They're only available through other shop.com mall owners like myself and Janine. And we're given products that are in industries that are already billion and trillion dollar strong, health and nutrition. So, you know, with health and nutrition, anybody probably already knows the name well.ca because it's a big name. For us, well.ca is actually, you know, the online name of Rexall Pharmacy, right? And Rexall is pretty big. It's like Shoppers Drug Mart. But for us, because we have these products, of course, I'm not going to go to well.ca because I already have these products available to us that are much better quality because I know that they're, you know, they're formulated specifically for specific needs, right? And for us, we're not only going to get just the little bits of like, you know, 2 or 3% or whatever that is given back by the retailer like well.ca. For us, we're actually getting a retail profit directly because there is no middleman. We're not, we are the store. So therefore, instead of well.ca paying us that tiny little bit, we're getting a huge amount in the profit if we should move any of these products. And of course, we also have other items and other products. We have lots of things in the beauty department. That means cosmetics. You might know 1 or 2 people who never leave the home without putting on a full face of makeup, right? And then, of course, you know, that's what you call, you know, a consumable good because you take it off at night, you put it back on in the morning, right? So we have several lines of skincare. And then, of course, one of my favorites in the so-called beauty department is really nothing to do with beauty other than it makes you feel good and look great also. But that also, I guarantee you every single household there's got to be at least one person who takes a shower once a day, right? So, you can't smell me now, but I really did take my shower this morning. So, but we have amazing products that are just for the regular family. And honestly, again, right from the get-go, what they really want to do, what marketamerica.shop.com really wants to do is to let you know that, you know, with the way that we have these products given to us for these reasons is because they want to be able to allow you to capitalize back on the way that you spend. And when you're buying from yourself, that's the most lucrative way to do it, is because you are buying from yourself first and foremost. It's sort of like you own a Ford dealership. You probably shouldn't be buying any other thing, other vehicle other than anything that comes from a Ford dealership, right? So, you know, just in case, you know, there's just so many other products that we do have. We have very, very great products for the pet. And again, they're all as natural as possible for pet health and for shampoo for dogs. We have a whole line of cleaning products that are planet friendly based on enzymes and non-toxic. We also have 97%, it's a plant-based line for babies for their skin and supplements. And we also have a weight management line. And we have some car products. So if you drive and you're interested in saving gas or prolonging the life of your car through the engine, you can talk to one of us about any of these products. So at this point, I'm going to stop. hopefully, we can just take in some questions if you have any. Ivan, can you take over again?
I gotta learn how to mime
Saw your lips moving, but
or something. Yeah, thank you so much. I should have been like, anyway, just kidding. All right. So, so thank you very much, Janine and Sheila. That's awesome. And yes, I did shower this morning. So I know how that works. But I wanted to just let it be open then.
Did you get paid to shower though?
Sorry?
Did you get paid when you showered? All the products I use.
That's a whole different movie right there. I don't even want to. No, No, I didn't, but I'd love to chat about how that could happen. But but I'd love to let it be open then for everyone to ask questions.
I have a question for Sheila.
Sure.
What's it cost to start your mall?
There are a couple of levels of which you can get started. To be a customer on the mall, it's completely free, no obligation. Then you would just catch the little bits of cash back, which is actually still significant and better than not generating anything. But cash back is completely free to you and doesn't cost you anything. On the back end of it, though, when you own a mall, right? Then anybody who shops on your mall as a customer, they get cash back, but we're also generating points that gets us paid on a commission-based basis. So, a couple of different scales, and that would be
what was
a
that
little bit
cost?
more involved, and hence we should just take it a little bit more personally online. Yeah,
Okay.
offline, sorry. Yeah, it just makes it a little easier. Yeah.
Okay, it's cool. Can I ask a question? I know that I asked this before on one of our other calls, but do people that do this make money?
Yes. The answer is yes. If you do the work that's required, like if you opened a store, like Sheila had a store and no one shopped there, well, how much would you expect to make? Right? If you joined the business and you never got a customer, how much would you expect to make? So more effort. It's like a traditional business in that sense. But if you owned a store and you decided, I'm not going to open my store today, I'm going to sleep in, I'm going to open at maybe midnight. Like, you're not going to do as well as someone that puts the effort in. But absolutely, what's best about it, Ivan, is you can make whatever you're willing to work, you can make. So if you want to make $100 a month, you want to make my mentor hundreds of thousands a month, anywhere in the middle.
So it's not magic. It's a real business that you got to really work at.
It's a business. Yeah.
Okay.
That's where it's not too good to be true. Sometimes people say, oh my goodness, this sounds too good to be true. No, it's not. There's work involved.
Okay.
If we were just going to pay you, like, you have a job and you show up and you do nothing and they still pay you. Yeah, you're lucky you don't get fired. That happens a lot, right? It's not that.
Okay.
You show up and do nothing, you'll get nothing. So, but it's unlimited. And that for me is priceless. That whatever, if I want to work hard, sky's the limit.
That's right. Anyone else with questions about how many people here have a negative view of MLMs or network marketing? Okay. All right. That's very encouraging. All right. Of course, I can't see the three folks that don't have their cameras on, but I'm assuming that they're going as well. So that's good. All right. And how many of you folks are not a part of a system yet? You're not a part of a multi-level marketing or a network marketing system? Okay. Everybody else here is. Okay, cool. Interesting. Okay. Neat. Oh, all right. So this could be a really great recruiting place for Sheila and Janine and Terri to convert you folks over to their systems, right? Right on. So can I just go around and ask, Joe, what system are you involved in?
With ACN.
You're with ACN. Good for you. Rock on. Okay. Frida, I don't even need to ask you. By the way, I have to tell you, Frida, I've known Frida for years and years and years. And Frida's always smiling. She's with ACN. And when you meet people and they say, oh, I'm with this MLM, and then 3 years later they're with a different one. Frida has been with ACN for over 10 years.
Yeah.
Right? And she's still smiling. So there you go. And Lisa's with ACN. Nice, Lisa. How many other folks? How about you, Megan? Really?
She's with ACN.
Really? We're having a convention up in here. Okay. This is all right. How about Lisa? How about Jay Martin.
Can't hear her, but she's ACN too.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, good for you. All right. Okay. Well, there you go.
I think it's Jessica. I know it's Jessica.
Well, you know, the thing I have to say, it's funny because, you know, my experience with ACN is one of our very first This Great City meetings. We had somebody come in. This goes back to, I think this goes back to 2007, 2008. And they had those sexy little phones, you know, those sexy phones with the, you know, made me feel like I was watching Blade Runner, right? We had the video in it. I was thinking, wow, you guys are just ahead of your time, man. Anyway, and ACN is still rocking it. So that's kind of interesting. That's my little pitch for it. Do you remember those phones, Freedom?
Yes. Yep.
Come on. What happened to those phones?
Well, we created video. Everybody has a video now. So we started it all, right, Frida?
You inspired it, right? I mean, ACN inspired it. Yeah. That's cool. That's pretty neat. Okay.
Face chat took over. So.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You have all these different companies that do the FaceTime, the WhatsApp, the Skype, etc. So the market in that particular corner was decreasing. So there's a lot of people still have video phones, and we can still talk with our cell phones to see people on those video phones, but it's not a selling feature now.
No, I guess not.
Yeah.
Since you know,
Timing for myself, my son was at university at the time, so it was great. I had a video phone. He had a video phone. This was before cell phones had video.
well, I was just thinking,
see his little face. That was great.
well, you know, I'm thinking here that that you know, folks that have kids at university and everything else, wouldn't it be great that the actual phone and his shampoo, because you know you want him to shower every day, right? You know, you definitely want him to be, you know, you can just set him up on shop.com and well, you know, I think those two kind of,
the whole dorm.
Yeah, kind of work well together. Anyone else?
Mom will go to the dorm owning his own online mall and having his own business started. And so he will make sure everybody in his dorm will be smelling nice.
Yeah, but you know, hey, what do you do? I'm a server over at you know, Boston Pizza. What do you do? I own a mall.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool. Any other questions? Anybody's questions? Listen, folks, I want to thank you guys. But can I just, while we have a bit more time, I'm going to ask Megan, because she's pretty quiet, but she does nod a lot. So I'm going to pick on her. Megan, why are you doing this?
Why? Because I work full time at a job I don't like, and I could work part time with ACN and eventually grow my residual to a point where I can quit my job. I don't really worry about it. Do
you actually see that as a possibility?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
For the time I put in and all the work I do, it does. Yeah, it's definitely a possibility, because I can't see myself working on my full-time job until I retire for the next 30 years. It's not me.
Okay. Joe,
yeah.
You know, Joe, you seem like somebody that no one pulls the wool over your eyes. What are you doing this for?
Actually, I started doing it because I got to work from home, and my husband was ill at the time. So I got to do my business from home and work on it and build it. And then when he got sick, the residual income helped me to get paid every month when he was sick and I couldn't do it. And now it's supplementing my income because he did pass away. But that's why I started doing it.
So not thinking about the specific company that you're working with, but the business model, right? Because we have two really awesome, highly rated companies represented here, right? How do you like the business model? I mean, how did you find that this business model, this residual income structure that MLMs and network marketing gives you, how has it been through this pandemic when everybody else is shutting down and worried about it, especially early on? Remember back in April and May of last year, how was it for you guys?
I found it pretty good because we ended up going on Zoom, and you can talk to as many people as you like on Zoom and present your business to them and what you have to offer. So I think it helped a lot.
If anything, it gained us more access to people who were actually looking for an opportunity.
Gave you more access.
Yes.
So Janine, like, did you find that there were more people that were worried about their actual jobs that were looking for opportunities? Did you guys sense that you had an upsurge?
Yes, absolutely. The business has, grown exponentially throughout the pandemic. New business partners joining or registering their businesses, consistently at a much higher rate throughout the pandemic. And when, shopping online, when people didn't shop online or didn't like shopping online, we got to a point there was no choice, right? They shut down all our retail stores.
Right.
People had to learn how to shop online and realize how it is, it's not that bad. And all former customers who sort of had an account but never really used it now are all of a sudden using it, because I shop online anyways, may as well get my cash back. Things.
Plus, it was frustrating going into a store and half the stuff you couldn't buy because it wasn't essential, right? That was kind of
that was fun. But I mean, I don't go into stores much, and what it did for me was, when I was going in for the essential items, it took all those customers out of there, so there was less people, and I can get my shop, the groceries done quicker. But I already knew curbside pickup because we have Staples, we have Canadian Tire, and so I was already ordering online and getting my products in 20 minutes, available in 20 minutes to go pick up. What bothered me during pandemic, sometimes it took 2 days instead of 20 minutes. But that wasn't, that was just reality that everybody had to switch to curbside pickup. But
so looking to 2020, 2022, Terri, 2022, I don't even like the sound of that. Anyway, 2022, looking to 2022, there are people that are going to be going through things as this pandemic kind of wanes, right? But I find that the bricks and mortar businesses, the regular companies out there are thinking differently because they've had to do with less. They've had to make money with fewer people. And the ones that did it successfully, they're thinking, I'm not hiring all those people back. Anyway, the point is, what would you say to people out there right now that are programmed for the full-time job? What would you say to them when they do feel the pressure of trying to find something to do that gives them a little bit more stability? Go ahead.
Well, I would just tell people to don't leave your full-time job, but start your part-time business. That just makes total sense. People have hobbies that cost them a fortune. Like, instead, take that time when you're spending money and turn it into making money. It's what you're doing after work that's going to make the difference of where you live, who you help, what you can do. That's the after hours. What are you doing in your after hours? And this business model just makes the most sense because it's a low. I mean, for less than $200. I mean, that's not $200 is like the tax on the new iPhone 13, and you can own a TELUS franchise. It's crazy. Right. Yeah, or shop.com, like Sheila. It just makes sense. So start it. But we have a thing we say: work full time on your job and part time on your fortune. And that's that's what you do. That's my suggestion.
So
and sorry, just sorry. I'm also thinking, honestly, there are a lot of people who, if they're considering, they have to do something or they should do something. So one of the wisest things that I think we can think of is you should build it before you need it, right? Work on it now, because when, honestly, time comes along quicker than we think, correct? Blink and we're another 2 years into whatever. Blink and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm 65. What do I do now? Well, for me and Janine, it was, we have no future beyond 65. We should probably figure out how to drop dead. Right. Because, not working is not an option, right? But how many jobs are good when, for yourself, and can you keep going beyond 65? And why do we see all these older folks now that I want to cry every time I do walk into, a place like Tim Hortons or Walmart, and you see seniors there, and you think, why aren't they retired and enjoying life, right?
Yeah. Why not do something you enjoy till you're 100? We have a guy, 86 years old, just got recognized for having 250 customers herself. She's 80 something years old, you know.
And she's still smiling.
She's happy. She's having fun. She's got friends. They say you live longer. The more people you see on a daily basis, the more interaction you have, the longer you live. So like you say, Ivan, sometimes, I mean, we're not live having meetings, but I think it's fun to see all of you here today. Like, I don't know how we can get along without seeing each other, and we at least have Zoom and we're not meeting live, and we can work together, lock arms, help each other, support each other, and live to be 100 and however.
Yeah. Well, you know, I have to say that I really appreciate this because, of course, this is being recorded. Oh my God, I forgot to hit the play button. Only kidding. Just do it again. This is being recorded. And so this is going to go on to This Great City, of course, and on our YouTube channel. And I just want to make sure that folks that are interested in reaching you, that they can reach you, right? So of course, I already have your information because you're on in our directory. I'm going to grab that information. I'm going to place it into the video. But, you know, and of course, if you guys don't mind, I know that Frida is also a member, so that I'm going to list her as well, if you don't mind, on the video. It's around you guys, but I love it. I think it's amazing. And I hope, and I know certainly I ask tough questions sometimes, but I want to know, because I know that other people are afraid to ask. They're polite. They don't want to, you know, but I think that we answered some really good questions here about network marketing and multi-level marketing that I think would take away a little bit of the fear, because you're actually doing it. We're represented by 10 people here on the call, 8 of which have a position in network marketing in some way, shape, or form, and you don't seem frustrated. I'll tell you this, Terri, you know this. If I get 10 people in a room on a Monday morning coffee call, and someone's frustrated,
yeah,
right? Someone's frustrated. So here we are, and we're talking about a residual income, a powerhouse residual income business model. I think it's a really cool thing, and I really hope that people that are inquiring about it will get your information from the information below that we're putting onto this page, and reach out to you guys. All right. Even just to ask questions. Don't be afraid. They're really nice folks. So, so definitely reach out. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Have an amazing afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivan, for having us.
Take care.